And here we are, my first ever recorded playthrough on Hearthstone. I'm PkPsycho, I'm playing a priest deck. I'm going to do something fancy and chuck up what the deck actually contains on an overlay for the video so that you can see what it is. And we're just jumping in. So we got a rogue. Probably not a miracle rogue, this is post the Leroy Jenkins nerf. It's not a bad starting hand. I don't want the Thought Steal, so we'll chuck that away. The Undertaker followed by the Nerubian Egg is a heck of a play. Stalag, not the best card to have this early on. Obviously I've got Fugan in here as well. And we get a Leper Gnome, which is always shiny. So, he seemed to not know what an Undertaker was. He took a moment to read the card text there. I always pay attention to where their mouse is, so that I know, what they're thinking about doing, see which cards of mine they're focusing on. Looks like he's trying to kill it as quickly as possible, hence the coin and then the weapon. So, Nerubian is the obvious play. I'm hoping for an Inner Fire. I like chucking out some attack with the Nerubians. This struck me as a bit of a waste. He's just given a weapon that only has one use left, +2 attack. I mean, it's neutralised the Undertaker, which is, sensible, seeing as I've got a Leper Gnome sat there, but still, it struck me as a bit odd. Probably doesn't have a Blade Flurry. Take down the Leper Gnome as quickly as possible, obviously, because it's got 2 damage to hero Deathrattle. So we get a nice little 4 damage there. At this point I was debating whether to play the Lightwell or not. I figured seeing as I don't actually have anything to heal, it would be a bit of a waste, it would just give him something to focus on. So I thought checking out the Baron would A, be a bit of a psychological, what am I going to do about that? While at the same time it's got a 7 health card, so it's going to have a bit more longevity. And he just goes straight for 1 damage to the face. Here I was kind of debating what I was going to do. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to put out the Leper Gnome or whether I wanted to do something with the Lightwell. I didn't really see the point, so I thought, hey, let's just get Stalag out there. He can neutralise the Mogashan without it being too much of a difficulty. So we just leave the Baron on full health and end the turn. Now at this point he has a pretty clear idea that I'm playing a full Deathrattle deck. I mean, you're not going to have a Baron and Fugan and Stalag in there without having a few other Deathrattles lying around, and obviously the Undertaker at the beginning was a clear indicator as well. But I like the inevitability. Faceless Manipulator was a good play here. I mean, in the event that he can keep that alive until Fugan dies, I mean, he's got a free 11/11 card with Thaddeus. But well, obviously I wasn't going to play Fugan while he still had Stalag on the board, so, he's just got a nice free 7/4 card for 5 mana. And then with that draw, the obvious play is to stick out the Divine Shield and the Taunt to get with the Sunwalker. Take down Mokshan, 1 damage to the face with the Baron, and I'm lining up in a Holy Nova after this. I mean, it's the obvious thing to do. That was a nice play. I didn't expect the mind control. I mean, that could have been a heck of a lot worse. If he'd taken anything other than the Nerubian Egg at that point, I would have been extremely upset. As it was, luck would have it, the Nerubian Egg went across. It's a shame I'm not going to be able to trigger that with the Baron out, but So, I think he's at a bit of a loss as to what to do here. He's going to take his free dagger. Now, it's quite interesting there. This is what I was saying. I like to pay attention to what they're looking at. He was thinking about attacking the Divine Shield. It is probably the best thing for him to do. He's on lower health than me, but it's not dramatically bad. And he really needs to take care of that Sunwalker, otherwise I'm just gonna take Stalag for free. So he's gonna have to take off the Divine Shield and attack with Stalag. And there's not really much else he can do. So as we see, he goes ahead and does that. So now it's getting a bit interesting. I'm really lucky here because he's managed to actually buff his Nerubian Egg up to 3 health, which means that I can now once again use my Holy Nova when I would have preferred not to previous to that. So I'm going to play the Lightwell, seeing as we've got a bit more damage on the table. I'm going to deal 1 damage to the Gnome, and then I'm going to heal up those 2 with the Holy Nova, clear the board, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's gone pretty well. He's on single digits. Definitely got him on the back foot. I've still got full health. Assuming he doesn't kill the Baron, that's going to be full health by the end of the next turn. And this is just great. I love the fact that he's played this. So, he's got an Abomination. Now that's good, but it's also bad. Because for starters, when I kill it, it's going to do 2 damage straight to him. I've just drawn Sylvanas, which is awesome because I've got the Baron out, so if I can manage to get Sylvanas killed at the right time, I'm going to get at least, well, I'm going to get 2 of his minions off him. I've got the Leper Gnome out, so that's another, you know, bit of damage to him, 4 damage with the Baron out, just straight to his hero without me even having to touch his taunt. So we've got some good options here, and you'll see that I've also got Fugan in my hand as well. I don't think that I'm going to get Thaddeus out this match. Well, actually, I know I'm not going to get Thaddeus out this match because I'm recording this afterwards. But, you know. So what he does here is kind of a misplay. I mean, obviously I don't know what's in his hand, so I don't know what the best thing to do would have been. But he actually attacks with his Nerubian Egg after buffing it, which on any other day of the week I would have said was a great play. But when you've got an Abomination out, and that's just going to be a Nerubian that only has 4 health, and he's left Sylvanas on 4 health, which means that I can now attack his Abomination with Sylvanas. Sylvanas will die. I'll get 2 out of his 3 remaining minions, and I've still got the Leper Gnome that's damage straight to the face. Incidentally, the first time I've ever seen Nat Pagal actually played in ranked mode. So there's only one thing that I'm going to do here. Straight away, let's see which minions we get off him. Obviously the Baron's out, so we're going to get 2 minions here. The Abomination's done 2 damage to his hero. And look at that, it doesn't actually matter anyway, because the Leper Gnome is dead, and that's another 4 damage. And it's a win! Woohoo! So you can see, start of the season, still on rank 20, bonus stars took me up to there. We're on rank 19 now. Let's see what happens in the next match. So we're just going through exactly the same deck again. Hopefully the meta hasn't changed. We're going to get a game as easy as that one, because I still hadn't really taken any significant damage at any point, and I still had plenty left that I could do with what I had remaining in my deck, whereas he seemed to be very much on the back foot for the entire game. That's what's nice about the Deathrattles. Depending on your first draws, you can get some great rush decks. Just sort of happen. Crappy starting hand. I'm ditching those 3. I figure I might as well keep the Divine Spirit. Rag, I mean, that's useless to me for at least another 6 turns, assuming I keep the mana coin that long, which, considering my hand, I'm not going to. So we do nothing on turn 1. It's not worth getting the Nerubian out for the cost of the coin. Just have to hope that we draw something that we can actually play. Oh, and look, it's a Harvest Golem. That's beautiful. So, we'll chuck out the coin, chuck out the Golem. That's a lovely little card to have out at turn 2. I mean, I'm happy with that in a starting hand. It's a nice little double layer minion. He's gonna have to do something fancy to get rid of it. He plays an Earth Shot, which I don't know, it's debatable whether that's a waste or not. I mean, it certainly neutralised my Harvest Golem, so that takes down his spell damage. He's got the lovely +3 buffing totem out. So I figure, let's get the Nerubian out, there's nothing else I can actually do. And we'll just have to see what happens next. Oh, lovely, he's going to be drawing a card at the end of every turn for the sort of foreseeable future. And what a fantastic draw. So straight away, Divine Spirit on the Nerubian Egg, sticking in a fire on it, and suddenly we've got a 4/4 Deathrattle summoning another 4/4. So we'll just kill the totem so that all the other totems don't keep on attacking us. And we'll wait to see what he does next. Shaping up to be a very interesting game. Lightning Storm. I mean, personally I would call that a waste, for definite. Okay, he's triggered my Nerubian Egg, the Nerubian is now out, but that's a serious AoE card that he's just thrown away. So we stick out the Sludge Belcher, just keep the, you know, add a couple of layers of taunt, make sure we're minimising how much damage we're going to take. I couldn't decide whether to take down the minion or whether to just go straight for the damage to the face. And I figured actually, I'll check how many cards it is, see whether I want to try and make him exacerbate his card advantage to the point where if it goes to the end game he's going to be in a worse position than me, or just remove that advantage. Hex on the Sludge Belcher. Another interesting play. I'm not entirely sure if it was a waste or not. It certainly did the job. I'm sort of sat here going, I could Holy Nova, I might not Holy Nova. I decided to Holy Nova. At least the board is clear, we've got a full health Nerubian out. I'm starting to think that maybe the Thought Steal might be a good play, just to see what we snag from his deck. An Unbound Elemental. So, now this is interesting, because he's taunted the totem out. That means that he's protected the elemental obviously from the Nerubian just killing it straight off. So I figure let's go for the Thought Steal. And look at that. Could that be a Nerubian with Wind Fury all of a sudden? So at this point I was feeling pretty confident. I thought, hey, you know, it's going to take a bit of effort. He's going to have to focus on that. I'm still going to have a 3/3 minion up. And I think Rag's going to come out next because Kel'Thuzad isn't going to be a great play. And then he played that. And to say I was surprised would be an understatement. That was... I mean, that changed the game right there. So I threw out Rag. Now, this was some unfortunate RNG. Unfortunately, Rag went straight for the face rather than taking down that minion with Wind Fury. So I wasn't very happy with that. I mean, it was a 50-50 chance. And a Leroy. I haven't seen many Leroys since the nerf, but I mean, talk about a well-timed one. So we're looking at 18 damage just from 2 minions, which was not the most fun in the world. You can see he's just going straight for the face there, going for the kill. Now, I can't decide whether I misplayed this or not. I mean, I didn't have a taunt. I could have played Alexstrasza and put my health up, but they would only be in a 3 health gain, and I figured if I can take down Leroy, then we might have a chance here, and then Alexstrasza would make sense afterwards. So I kind of forgot that this minion had a taunt on at that point, so I kind of misplayed here. I mean, it came out the same as it was, but I was just like, oh no, got to attack the taunt. So I killed that, leaves Leroy alive. I'm just praying there's a 1 in 3 chance that Rag's going to take him down, and he takes down the totally wrong minion. And I just conceded because, well, that's 12 damage from Leroy and there's no way I can stop it from happening. So Rag failed me twice in a row. I was very upset about that. overall, I think that it was a good match. I think that this showed off this particular deck quite well. We've got a good game, and then we've got another good game, one of them being a win, a very, very comfortable win. This one looking like it was going to be a comfortable win, got turned around at the end, 2 RNG chances to save it, and it just didn't pan out for us. So, bit of a shame, but never mind. So this was my first ever video from Hearthstone. I'm going to be trying to do a few more when I can find the time, and I hope you enjoyed it. So please subscribe, comment below, tell me I'm crap, tell me what you would have done, tell me what I should have done, tell me whether I should bother making another video. And more than anything, I'm not playing Hearthstone to go up the ladder. I play in ranked mode all the time because I think that it's more fun to at least have something to aim for. But I'm playing for the amazing moments where you can just throw together the most ridiculous combo on the fly. And hopefully I'll be bringing you more of those. Thanks for watching.